Hello my YouTube beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a new video that I have seen here on YouTube. I just saw Kathleen Lights do it and I was like, I have a lot of products that I do not use on a regular basis or haven't used in like years, and I just want to sit down, try and test them out, see what I like, see what I don't like. This is going to be a video testing out products that I never use. For one reason or another, I just don't find myself reaching for these products. So before we jump into the video, make sure to subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. First, I'm going to be starting out with some eye products that I never use. I have 3 here that I want to use, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use all of them. So this is a Makeup Forever little Z palette that I got, and it has a bunch of Makeup Geek and Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows in here. They're just single pans. I also have a random blush. I don't know why that's in here, but it was magnetic. And you remember this used to be a big thing back in the day when palettes were not nearly as popular as they are now. Everyone just used to get single eyeshadows. A lot of these are between $5 and like $7 a piece, but I never use any of these anymore. I just have completely forgotten about them. And to be honest, this is really bulky and hard to work with. It's heavy. Doesn't mean that the eyeshadows aren't good, but I just never reach for it because number one, this is closed a lot of times. I cannot see what eyeshadows I have in here, so I'm not automatically drawn to be able to use this palette. So that's one thing that I want to use. I'm also gonna be trying to use this Dose of Colors EyeDeal Duo. It's in the shade Maroon. This is a loose pigment and a primer as well. On the top, it has a primer for your eyelid, and then the bottom it has the glitter. I have not used this since I bought it. We'll try it out again. This was probably like a year ago that I bought this. And I also have the Sephora Ombre Obsessions eyeshadow palette. I talked about this in my eyeshadow declutter video, that I really want to start using this because, as you can see, this has not been touched. Oh, this has not been touched at all. So I'm very excited to play around with some of these shades, see what I can come up with. I'm going to start with priming my eyes, and I'm going to be setting that with one of these shades, these more like neutral beige shades from this palette. I'm going to be taking the shade Peach Smoothie to set my eyeshadow with. I'll show you. It's this shade right here from Makeup Geek. Also, where did Makeup Geek go? Like, I feel like this is really peach. Maybe not a great powder to set your eyelid with. I don't know where Makeup Geek went. I feel like for a long time people were talking about that brand. Her name is Marlena, and she is a fellow YouTuber. She started on YouTube and then created her own brand. When I started doing YouTube, Makeup Geek was very in. It was a very popular eyeshadow product to have, and now I don't hear anyone talking about this brand. And unfortunately, that's kind of dropped the popularity of the brand in general, but she really does have some great eyeshadows. Now that my eyes are prepped for eyeshadow, I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It's called Creme Brulee, and it's from Makeup Geek as well. It's the shade right here. I'm going to be putting that in my crease. I remember how great of a transition shade this is. It's a very like neutral, warm transition shade. Even though I don't hear of Makeup Geek on YouTube very much anymore, I have heard that they're going to be in Target. So who knows, maybe that will up the popularity of the brand again because it is a little bit more available to buy in stores. So as I remember, that shade blended out perfectly. I primarily wanted to use this little Z palette for the shades that go into my crease that I'm going to blend out other shades with, because I don't have a whole lot of options for crease shades with these 2 products. But I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take this one. This is the Zoeva 224 Luxe Defined Crease Brush, and I'm going to be taking, let's take this palette right here. It's the Sephora Ombre Obsessions palette. I want to start working this shade into my outer V right here. It's a dark, almost black shade, and I don't know how pigmented this is. It's a little pigmented, and I'm just putting that in my outer V. It actually was more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. That's a pretty nice black shade. I really like that. Now that the black is built up in that outer V, I think I'm going to go in with that Dose of Colors loose pigment and see what happens. So first I'm going to be taking that eyeshadow primer, it's this shade right here, and put that on my lid. Ooh, it's very like creamy. I think this is just supposed to be a primer, but I don't know how it's going to go with blending a cream product on top of powder. Just using my finger to kind of blend this shade in. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel the best on top of powder. It's not very pigmented at first, but maybe this is just supposed to be a primer for the glitter to stick to. I'm gonna take the glitter part now and start to apply this to my eyes. I'm a little nervous. Does this have a sifter? I don't remember. Kind of, but also not really. So I'm going to be taking just a flat brush. Okay, this brush is a little dirty, but I'm going to be taking this one, and this is what the glitter looks like. It's really pretty and purple. I'm just going to be applying that to my lid. This glitter is going to go everywhere. I think you do have to work with this product when the eyeshadow primer is sticky and tacky, because otherwise the glitter doesn't really have a lot to stick to. Ooh, this would be a really nice glitter shade for New Year's. I'm getting a lot of fallout. Let's go on this side. The glitter is very pretty, and I do like that it has a sifter. Makes it easier to work with. I mean, I think I'm just kind of covering up that black. Alright, so that is what the purple glitter looks like. Very pretty. I do think I need to play around with this product a little more because I can already tell you my eye still feels sticky even though I put the glitter on top of that eyeshadow primer. I feel like it still feels a bit sticky and tacky, so like when I go to like close my eyes, I feel like my eyes are sticking together a little bit. I think the glitter is very pretty. I do want to start on the face, so I'm going to take a makeup wipe. This is the Neutrogena Makeup Removers, and take that glitter fallout off of my under eyes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about this glitter. I do think I need to brighten up the under parts of my eyes though. I think that the glitter really like made my eyes look very small. I'm going to be taking this primer. I have only dipped into it a few times within the last year that I've had it. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. It doesn't really say what it's supposed to do. I think it's just supposed to smooth. I think it is kind of similar to the Tarte primer that everyone's obsessed with, like the creaseless blurring primer or something. I think it's supposed to blur and fill in your pores. If I like it, it's automatically smoothed out and mattified my face a bit. It does feel quite heavy, and there's not a lot of product in it. I feel like I'm using a lot of product right now to cover my face when there's really not that much in the bottle. So I put that all over my face. It has mattified a bit. I wonder if it's going to keep me matte throughout the day. I'm also going to be going in with a foundation that I have not used since I purchased it and did a video on it. This is the Anastasia Stick Foundation. I can't even tell you what I remember about this foundation, but I'm going to take this and start drawing it on my skin. I do remember liking this product more than what the reviews were saying about it. Like, I don't think it's a bad product. I just never used this product. It seems when I wear it, it's a bit heavy, and it also feels really heavy and looks like makeup when I am wearing it. I also don't think it gives me that great of coverage. I would love to go back and do a review video on foundations that I used to love that I no longer use and just see what my thoughts are on the foundation now. I think the coverage is not that great. I'm getting like low medium right now, and I also feel like stick foundations are just kind of tough to apply. Like, in theory they should be easier, but in the end, you end up putting half of this on your face because it's just not building up the way that you want it to, and then you end up using more product and spending more time blending it out, making it look nice. I also never use this brush. This is the e.l.f. blending brush. I'm just building it and building it and building it, and I'm still not getting the coverage that I want on my nose. It does feel a little hard to blend out. Like, the formula is a bit drier than I'm used to. I don't like how it's sitting on my nose. It looks heavy, cakey. I'm gonna be taking a couple of concealer products I don't use either. First, I'm gonna go in with the Peach Corrector that I never use. This is from Pixi. It's their Brightening Peach Corrector, and I'm gonna start putting this under my eyes. I never use correctors, and I don't really know what the best way is to use pots like this. I do think that made my under eye look peachy. It did cancel out my dark circle a bit though. I can't tell you why I don't really use this product. I think it's just because it's an extra step in the morning that I don't really have a lot of time for. Alright, I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild highlighting and concealing pen. Oh, that's not good. It's like watery. This is water. What did I just do to my skin? Try and blend this out. I really don't know what I think of this product. I've only used it a few times. I almost feel like this is taking away the coverage that the peach thing had. And it's making my foundation look really weird and patchy right there. But I'm going to go on my forehead as well because this is a bit lighter than the foundation is. I don't really think that did a whole lot. I can still see my dark circles right here. I'm going to be taking this powder. Where are you? I'm going to be using the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. I used to love this product before I just used one powder for my entire face. It is translucent and it has a little sifter in there. So I'm going to take my under eye setting brush and just set it all. I do remember I used to love this powder. I mean, there was nothing like really wrong with it. It was just an extra step that I don't normally do. I think it set my concealer down okay. It did smooth it out a lot. I'm going to be taking the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I never used this and I remember it's messy. Like, look at that. I'm going to be taking this and setting my face. I have this powder. I've had it for a long time. I just never use it. I think it's because it doesn't keep me very matte throughout the day. Like, at first, when I first apply it, it does smooth out my skin and make it look nice. But then throughout the day, it wears kind of cakey, so I don't really like to use it. I feel like setting that really made my skin feel like the Sahara Desert, which is insane because I have oily skin, and I think it's from the foundation, to be honest. I think the foundation is very matte. Putting a powder on top of a matte foundation can for sure make your skin feel very, very, very dry. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Master Conceal from Maybelline. This had some good shades options. It has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. I just don't use this palette in general. It seems like the contour is going to be a little dark for me, so I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush. This is the light shade of the palettes, and it definitely just caused a lot of splotchiness on my cheeks. This looks very splotchy and not very blended out, and I've spent a lot of time here just going in circular motions trying to get it to blend out. I don't think this is for me. For blush, I'm also going to go in with this palette. This blush is very sparkly. It has like gold glitters in it. I don't think the blush is too bad. It actually adds a little bit of glow to my skin, which I think it definitely needs. And then for highlight, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild MegaGlow Illuminating palette. I never use this palette, number one, because there's a blush shade in the middle of it. What am I supposed to do with that? So I just take this shade right here. It's the gold one. Kind of dip my brush in, and it's really glittery. I don't like this highlight very much. It kind of just looks like I just threw glitter on my face. So that's going to be a pass for me. All right, I'm going to do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. This is a product that I've been using and trying to continue to test out, comparing it with the dip brow. So this is the Benefit one. This is the dip brow one. You guys have blown my mind with your comments saying that you like the dip brow one better. I am trying to get them to look as similar as I can in terms of the coverage that it gives my brows, the structure and that kind of thing, and just see which one I like better as far as how long they last and the finish. I'm trying to figure out which one I like better, but they're both amazing products. I don't think you'd go wrong buying either one. Now that my eyebrows are done, I want to jump back into this palette right here and put some sort of purple shade on my lower lash line. I'm thinking this light purple shade at the end. I think that'll look really pretty and lighten up the look a bit. That's a really pretty purple shade. It could be a little more pigmented, but I'm not mad about it. I like the shade. Now I want to go back in with this palette right here and take this shade right here on the end. I forget what it is called. This is the shade Shimma from Geek, and I'm going to put this in my inner corner. I think that really helped to lighten the look a little bit. So I'm going to add some mascara. This is the mascara I always use. I don't have a mascara that I don't use because I only use this one. This look looks like I'm going to the club. I have to go back in and blend the edges right here. They're kind of driving me crazy. Just kind of blending that out to make sure that there's not harsh lines. I think that seemed to help. I don't like how this foundation is setting on my skin. I can see like a huge line from where my concealer is to where my foundation starts. I really love this light purple shade under my lower lash line. All right, and I'm just gonna put some mascara on my lower lash line. I don't think I'm gonna do eyeliner with this look. Lastly, I'm gonna add some lip product. So this is from NYX. It's their Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Soft Spoken. It's a really pretty nude, like a dark nude. I think the shade is super pretty, very flattering, but I do remember that this formula does wear off pretty dang quickly, and so that's kind of why I don't wear this shade or this formula very much, but I do love the color combination with the eyes. The very last product I'm going to use is from Boscia. This is the White Charcoal Mattifying Setting Spray, so I'm going to set my face with this. I do think that that setting spray helps with making my foundation look a little more natural and not nearly as powdery, so that is a plus. That is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below, what are some of your products that you have had forever and just don't use? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!